So this is how the task sequences are generated and dispatched when you use multi-resource dispatching methodology. Okay. So this is how the direct task sequence dispatching works, multi-resource dispatching works, process flow task sequences based task sequence generation works, and 3D object based task sequence generation works. So these are generations and these are dispatchings. These both are part of 3D object. Talking about this 3D object based. Okay. So what does this mean is that when we summarize, or when we overview the job dispatching, there are three major types. One is by using 3D object. There you have a direct task sequencing. I'll just stop this. Okay, reset and run again. One would be your direct task sequencing, and talking about another, that would be your multi-resource stuff. Okay, talking about that is multi-resource dispatching. Okay. When we talk about multi-resource dispatching, it is like multiple things are getting worked on together, like multiple resources. If you need to use, what can be done? That's what that works like that. So I was talking about overview of job dispatching, right? So talking about overview of job dispatching, this too comprise of one job dispatching, right? It is using 3D object based. Then the another dispatching is done by using process flow. Okay, how it is done, I'll just reset it. You have a great thing in process flow, that is resource. You can acquire the resource, then you can release the resource. These three things is going to be your second part of job dispatching, because this helps you query. It helps you query which operator based on type and different things. Here also you can write query that while acquiring, what do you need to do, while releasing, what do you need to do. Okay, so this is another job dispatching methodology by using process flow resources. And talking about third dispatching is done by using list. Okay, like you need to create a list for the resources, and from that list you're going to pull from the list, you're going to push to the list, dispatching using the list. So talking about dispatching using the list, the advantages are it's most capable dispatching option, powerful SQL pulling queries. You're going to have job resource queuing invisible on the list. Okay, because in the list you can have that view entries onto the list. You can integrate task sequence logic defined in 3D object properties with process flow logic. The disadvantages, it requires working understanding of how list works. Talking about process flow resource, advantages and disadvantages. It's powerful selection using SQL queries, which I mentioned is very great stuff. Job queuing is visible in the process flow. You can see that the jobs are being acquired onto the resource, just like create tasks. I'll just show you in this one. You can see this, right? You see that the jobs are being queued. So job queuing is visible in the process flow. Okay. Talking about disadvantages, the direct dispatching is invisible to the resources, and in this configuration, resource is really just a list in disguise. Okay, it's just a list. It's not like not a super rocket science. It's just a list of what task executors are controlled in that. Talking about direct task sequencing or dispatching, okay, job dispatching using direct dispatching. The advantage of it's very simple in setup. You see, it's pretty fast, configured directly in the 3D object properties, integrates easily with the process flow. Talking about the disadvantages, job queues are less visible. You don't see the job queues. You only see that whatever is present at the queue, probably that would be its task it has to perform. And talking about the disadvantage, another disadvantage is it's the intricate selection customization is more difficult. So you can customize it a lot, like by this operator has to wait here, do something, then again do something somewhere else, come here. It's very difficult in using task, direct task sequencing. So let me just reset this. So talking about these two major, job dispatching in direct dispatching. Okay? So we have three types: direct dispatching, process flow resources, and list. In direct dispatching, we have two. One is direct task sequence and multi-resource dispatching. Now let us talk about direct task sequencing. So I've just connected this operator with a centerport connection to both of this, in the queue and the processor, and I'm asking those to use the task executors just to transport the part from one location to another. Okay, that is what is the object being done. So it's quite easy, you can see, right? The job dispatching is very easy, it's direct. But what if you need to use two operators now here? Using two operators becomes very tricky here, okay? But it's very easy using the task executor object, and that is dispatcher. When we come down here, I have another model, small model, where I've used dispatchers, and we are using two operators to perform the same task. But you will say, oh, you are using two operators, but your queue is getting filled up faster. How is that possible? That is because this source is faster than the source of 3. Exponential 0 to 10 at 0 to 3. Okay, so this gets filled up because it's almost 3 times faster than this. Talking about this, our operators. Now let us see what's going to happen here. When we need to use multiple operators, to do multi-resource, the job dispatching would be done by the dispatcher. Here, the job dispatch would be done by the queue to the task executor. Okay, when you need to use multi-resource, you need to have a dispatcher in a place, because the queue sends the task to the dispatcher, and then it's dispatcher's responsibility to assign the task to or to dispatch the job to available resource. Okay, and we already covered that in very detailed video of our dispatcher or task executor video. We have covered or explained all these concepts in detail on our video. It's already available on the playlist in our channel, so you can have a look at that. What happens is, I get a job from the queue that, oh, I need to transfer something from here to here. So this dispatcher will tell, okay, my port 1 is available, ask that operator to travel there. Okay, now my operator is not available, ask my second operator to transfer the part from this location to this location. Okay, both of these are not available, ask my third operator to do so. So this is how the task sequences are generated and dispatched when you use multi-resource dispatching methodology. Okay, so this is how the direct task sequence dispatching works, multi-resource dispatching works, process flow task sequences based task sequence generation works, and 3D object based task sequence generation works. So these are generations and these are dispatchings. So let me know how was this video for you. I hope you loved this video. Do not forget to like our video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Leansimcorp for such exciting educational content. Okay, and also keep on visiting our website leansimcorp.com for premium content. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Let us meet another grand interesting video on task executors, okay, on next Monday. Okay, and we'll understand there how to create task executors which handles different task sequences there. So that's all for today. Let us meet another grand interesting video. Bye bye.